Hi everybody, it's Sherry again. I am sitting here today and I wanted to give you a quick little video, if I could, on how to pack a new consultant kit, what products to take, and how to decide what products to take. There obviously is a reason why I decided to record this video for you, and the reason is this. Over the years, new consultants have often asked me questions such as, what products do you suggest that I purchase to add to my kit? And to be honest with you, none. The reason I say that, well, there's two reasons. One is because the new consultant kit that you've received is amazing. It has so many products in there that you really don't need to have any more to do a successful business with Pampered Chef. So that's the one main reason. And the second reason is, I don't know about everybody else, but I would say majority of people that come to Pampered Chef and become a Pampered Chef consultant are probably coming here today because they are looking for an income. And I love the fact that Pampered Chef does not require us to purchase any more products to do our business. We do get to earn them for free, and the kit that is supplied to us is great because honestly, if you think about it, we don't have to purchase products to do the job. It's great. That kit is ours, and it's amazing, and it has everything in it that we need to show off every product in that kit, or in that catalog, excuse me, that anybody would ever want. So that's the main thing. I say get your products that you want to add to your kit based on your kickoff show. You can use your rewards, and honestly, instead of even using half price and discount, unless you really want to, use your free product that you earn at your kickoff show. And then, you know what, in your first 90 days, you're earning Pampered Chef dollars. You can use those Pampered Chef dollars to get those amazing products that you want to show off and use in your personal collection yourself. So let's move on to how do I decide what products to take? Well, when you're brand new, I'll be honest with you, you're probably going to take most of those products from your kit. When I started Pampered Chef, somebody gave me a really good advice, and that advice was, even if you love to bake, even if you love to, get great results or pride from, baking something with desserts, I have found, honestly, that they were right when they said, really focus on a main dish. Main dish recipes really give you the best demonstration. They usually feed a little bit more people, even though we're not there to feed everybody. It's really a sampling. But main dishes allow you to show off more products typically. And a lot of times the workhorses, the more higher dollar value products, the products that somebody either is going to purchase because they can and they want it and they're not going to host a show, or somebody who really, really wants that product and maybe they're not going to pay full dollar for it, they're going to book a show. Those are the products that I worked hard to, add to my kit over the years, because those are the products that I wanted myself, and those are products that I knew that my customers would want as well. So that's one thing. The other thing is, when it comes to choosing recipes, first and foremost, no matter what recipe you choose to do, read it and practice it. Go out and get the ingredients and take the time to practice that recipe, if not once, at least twice, if not 3 times. The reason I say that is there's been too many times in cases where I've heard new consultants say to me, oh no, I haven't done that recipe, but I'm doing it for so-and-so, my host. Or they'll say, oh, my host chose a recipe out of this cookbook, and I said no problem. Well, here it is the day before the party, and they haven't even tried it out. They get themselves into a trap, because what happens, sadly, is they get to the show and they do this recipe that they haven't practiced, and it turns out to be a lot more steps than they thought, or it takes longer to bake, or maybe it needs to chill for a few hours. So definitely don't do that. I would tell your host, especially if you're brand new, that those are great recipes, but not every recipe that Pampered Chef shares with everybody, with the public, in our cookbooks, or even some of the consultant recipes that we do, they aren't the most show-friendly recipes. So if you're not sure which recipes to choose, one good rule of thumb is stick with the new consultant recipes. Those recipes are offered by the company to work alongside of your kit and to give a great presentation. They're simple, they're low cost in the ingredients, so you, for practicing them once or twice, and your host for purchasing them, keeps your cost down, keeps it low. Again, making hosting appealing for your hosts, as well as maybe consulting from somebody else who is thinking about trying the business. The other reason that I would suggest the new consultant recipe is they were designed to work with the products in your kit. And what better way for you to do it is to use something that you're familiar with. So utilize those products that are in your kit. If you're also not sure which way to go or you're ready to expand out into additional recipes, speak with your director. Ask them what recipes they would suggest. And I'm sure you'll get some good advice from them. Anybody else who might be getting top dollar sales every month on their show sales and their bookings as well. So definitely check into that. So when you're considering what products to pack in your kit, A, new consultant products. B, don't worry about adding additional products in there at the time frame. Don't purchase them until you earn your Pampered Chef dollars and you get them for free. I'm just checking my notes here, make sure I don't miss anything. Also notice that your kit doesn't provide you with duplicate product collections. In other words, we don't give you 2 stones to purchase in your kit. You don't receive 2 pieces of cookware or 2 forged cutlery lines or items like that. And the reason that is, one is enough. One is enough to sell and showcase these items and these collections to your customers. Utilize those as well as customer testimonials. Ask customers what products they have in this line and which ones they would recommend and how they use them and how they love them, because that person sitting next to them listening and considering, do I want that item, do I not want that item, is most likely going to be tipped over to wanting it when they hear somebody next to them that, even if they don't know them, they're going to say, that person uses it all the time, and think about it, they're not the consultant. So, they really don't have anything to gain from telling you, oh my gosh, I love that item. And then when you're doing a recipe, again, back to recipe selection, if you feel that you have to do 2 recipes, and the only time I ever do more than 1 recipe actually is when a host has at least 12 to 15 people coming in attendance for sure. I will then offer up a secondary recipe. Sometimes I even bring a second recipe already done. I like to keep my demos to 1 recipe demonstration, and what's nice about that is it keeps it short, it keeps it fun for our guests, and if I'm going to actually physically make another recipe, this is how I do it. I do it in ABC format. ABC means this. A is your best recipe. That's the recipe that you're going to show off with all the products. That's the one you're going to cook with them, in front of them, or interactive with them. In this case, the 3-cheese garden pizza is a perfect A recipe. It's going to showcase most of the products that I'm bringing with me today and others that I can point out in the catalog. A B recipe would be a secondary recipe, something that would be short and sweet, where today I have a piece of cookware with me, the 8-inch saute pan, and I would probably do something like the garlic bites would be a great B recipe. Or we could do it in a sweet version where you could do the cinnamon, like a cinnamon pull-apart monkey bread type recipe. So we could do a savory and a sweet. A C recipe is actually one you basically just talk about, not one that you're doing. It's one that you would describe, that you would kind of paint that picture with, give a mouth-watering description, and talk about the products that they could use to make that recipe. So those are your ABC recipes, and that's the guidelines that I go by when I am choosing recipes for my shows. So if you need any more information on that, feel free to talk to me about it. Now, the recipes that I am talking about today, if you're unfamiliar with them, and definitely if you're part of the March team, make sure that you visit our Dropbox. We have a shared folder, the March team Dropbox, and in there's a lot of great information, including things for new consultants. So under new consultant folder, within that main folder, you will find cooking shows, you'll find the recipes, and these recipes are in there currently for you. So another thing I do want you to consider when you're packing your kit and what recipes you're choosing for your show is looking easy, making things look simple, being duplicatable, because you're going to hear us repeatedly tell you that your host and several of your customers at each show are watching you without telling you, outright that they're curious or they're interested to see if this is something that they would like to do for themselves. So if you're lugging in several bags from your car to their house, and you're having to take several trips back in and out to pack up your stuff to go home with or to bring in, your host is going to think, oh my goodness, I don't know if this is something I want to do. And if your customers are seeing you bring a whole ton of products, they're going to think, there's no way they could do this business. How am I supposed to do this with I don't have all those products, so I have to buy all those products? No, we don't want them to think that. So make sure you keep it simple. And honestly, believe it or not, it might not sound right, but you might even lose bookings from it because some hosts don't have a lot of room, or they might think they have to buy a lot of food for you to prepare for their guests. And if you make it very elaborate, then you might lose a few bookings if somebody doesn't have the money to buy all those ingredients for those recipes. So really keep it down the best you can. And make it very simple because it will only benefit you. It'll benefit your host. A couple of pointers that I did want to make mention of is when you keep it simple like that, everybody's going to have fun. Those who are obviously looking to do the business, they're going to think about, oh my gosh, that's so easy, I could do that. And when you have a host who has the need to feed, caution them a little bit, only because as long as their customers, which is actually their friends, know that that's the way they are, that they want to make sure that their friends don't have to, how do I say this, you want them to convey to their friends in one form or another, maybe you do it during the show, congratulate that host for doing a great job. Oh my gosh, she must really love to cook. Maybe she should be doing Pampered Chef. I just want you all to know that, you don't have to put out this elaborate spread for your Pampered Chef shows. I'll come and cook for you, but, tell your host, you did such a great job. I love you for that, but, totally, truly, you must really love to cook, so I hope you join our team. The point is, you don't want your host, your potential host, sitting there in the audience thinking, oh my gosh, I could never host a party. I can't afford to put out that much food, because that is not what we are. And the second point is this: we're not caterers. We are not hired, okay? They didn't bring me in to cook up a whole smorgasbord of food, because honestly, if that was this job, I wouldn't be doing it. Most of you who know me know that I love Pampered Chef because it has taught me to cook over the years, and the recipes are easy. I think they're impressive. They make me look like I'm a fabulous cook when I know I'm not. And if I can get out of cooking, I will, but when I can't, if I can get it on the table in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or a half hour if I really feel like cooking, then I'm happy. So that's what I like to show off to my customers. So I think I pretty much hit upon those points I want to do. So I'm actually going to show you my kit now. So I'm going to try to reverse the screen here, and you're not going to see me any longer. And then we're pretty much going to wrap it up with what's in the kit and what I would suggest is some products that you may want to add to your kit through your PC dollars and through your hosting of your own kickoff parties. So let's see here. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss anything. I'll leave my notes right there. Here we go. So here, I'm going to turn you around. There we go. Yep. Here it is. Isn't it beautiful? This is the new Consultant Tote Bag, the female version, of course. And I have used it already at my shows. I did one on Saturday, and it was beautiful. I loved carrying it right in. I just had a shoulder bag to go along with me. And then let's see here. Let me move my little props that I had going on. As you can see, in the front of the bag, I have some catalogs. I put them there to make them easy and accessible for my shows. But then if you come into the bag, here we are. These are actually only new Consultant products, with the exception of the fact that I have an outdated small mixing scraper there, because believe it or not, I think I've lost my white one. So I had to put a retired one in here. So this is the new Consultant kit, the larger kit, and what we have here is all the products. You can see there's the manual food processor. Down here is the, let me see if I can get it in here right. Down here is the coarse grater and the simple slicer. So what I'll do for you actually is just give you an overview, because my consultants are asking, how do you pack that bag? All right, you can kind of see what's in here. And I'm actually going to unassemble it for you. We'll just make a big old pile mess here. So actually I'm going to start here, because let's see if I can do it one-handed. Here is my cutting board. So definitely take your cutting board with you. I love to take, let's see, pull it out. I love to take my cooling rack with me. So you can see here, we have our cooling rack. So I would definitely have that with me because, you know, you got that hot bar pan going to come out of the stone or the stove, and you'll have something to set it on. So here is the, cooling rack. Here's my bar pan. I think, matter of fact, that's probably my oldest bar pan. So let me take it off of here. Hope it's not too much of a noise for you. Okay, very good. So that's what I had in there for now. And then let's see. I do suggest that you take some sort of a hand sanitizer with you. Wash your hands as much as you possibly can for sanitation purposes. However, when I'm not quite close enough to a sink to turn around and wash my hands every time I need to during a demonstration, to be able to hit my hands with that a little bit is great. I do suggest that, did I take it out? Yes. I would suggest, obviously, here's my apron folded up nice and neatly. I would take your own towel and your own washcloth with you, just so you have something to wipe things down with and have it for your own hands instead of using up the host's paper towels and her washcloths and dishcloths. But here's my course grater. You can see this is the entire new consultant kit. The only thing that I do not have in here, because I would not need it for this demonstration, is the deluxe mini muffin pan. Honestly, I left it at home. So there comes my scraper, my silicone pastry brush. There's one of my bamboo spoons. Here are my 2 prep bowls. Here's my 2 bamboo bowls. I have to push this back now and get some more room. Here is the newly restyled batter bowl. She's beautiful. With my forged cutlery piece, my measuring spoons, my garlic press. And then, of course, I have my nylon mini serving spatula. Here's the actual mini serving spatula and the stainless whisk. Love those whisks. My zester grater. My 2-cup measure-all cup. Excuse me, not measure-all cup. What is that? Easy read cup. See, anybody can do this. And then we have the pizza cutter. And there's my lid, okay, for my batter bowl. We'll set that here. And then, of course, there's the other spoon. Here we have the simple slicer, just hiding in there. We'll set that over here. And then, of course, our manual food processor, or those who haven't heard us say it yet, the MFP, short and affectionate, meaning manual food processor. Anything else? Oh, look, here is my chipotle rub. I was telling you that we can make a dip with this since you get this in your kit. If you make that dip that's equal parts of mayonnaise and sour cream, I would suggest probably about either a 1/4 cup of each to begin or a 1/2 cup of each to begin. Makes a lot when you do a 1/2 and 1/2. You can actually get say an orange bell pepper, slice it up. You could use your simple slicer here, and then maybe use your just to slice it a little bit, or chunk it up after you take the seeds and the heart out and put it in your manual food processor, since the 3-cheese garden pizza does not show that. And you want to show that because that's a $49 item and people love it when they see it. So you could use that to cut up your pepper. You could use your prep bowls here to actually put like your 1/2 cup or your 1/4 cup in of each one. And then mix them together with your measuring spoon. You could take and measure out your chipotle rub, 1 tablespoon or 2, depending on how much you make. Once they're blended together with your stainless whisk, you could serve them in your bamboo small bowls, snack bowls, and of course, your bamboo spooners here. So that would actually let you show off another recipe with some more products. It took maybe all of 2 minutes to do. You could actually do interactive and let your guests do that as well. So that's a great little idea. And then, of course, here's my cookware piece. So, here's my 8-inch saute pan, which will allow me to show off the versatility of our great cookware by doing that monkey bread in there. And, of course, we have all kinds of different recipes on our team wall for that. And then you don't want to forget your Season's Best cookbook, because that cookbook has great recipes. And you know what? We need to check on this. So if anybody watching this video knows the answer to this, years ago, the first 2 recipes in each section of the Season's Best were new consultant recipes. So I think I'll have to make point to find that out. Those would be great recipes. So you can see I got all this. Look at this. all this product in the new consultant kit, minus the deluxe mini muffin pan, already in there. I have catalogs. You could typically do catalogs and order forms. So catalogs and order forms in the front pockets. And you pretty much could go in with, I would say, just one bag. And here you have enough product to showcase everything that we offer to our guests and our hosts. Now, right now we have a new business building packet kit right here. I have mine on green paper. I don't know what comes in your kit, but it looks the same. And you can see that this is a great value. Seriously, for only $39, $85 worth of products. Look, you can get that beautiful little Brie Baker, 6 different rubs, and those business materials right there for that $39. So look, here it is. Here is your little Brie Baker and those same 6 rubs. Right here would allow you to expand out and do yet another recipe if you truly felt you needed to. Give your customers a second choice. I would easily be able to do this 3-minute dip recipes with the 3-cheese garden pizza. And then what I have hiding back here, these products, these are definitely products that I would put on your wish list. And if there were nothing else that you added to your collections, these 3 right here would be the 3 that I would do. And so obviously what I have here is our loved deep covered baker, our magic pot. I definitely consider that number 1. I would definitely take this here and actually eliminate my bar pan after I've earned this for free and start doing recipes in this. You can talk to me about that later. And then as far as cookware goes, if I chose to do cookware recipes, it would either be my 12-inch covered executive skillet, which I love. This is my favorite skillet out of the whole line, except next to my grill pan and grill press. I do love those as well. And then, of course, ta-da, the rock crock. Either one of the rock crocks would be a great one to own. This is the crock pot one. This is the larger of the 2. So you definitely would want one of those. And these 3 pieces, or even adding that grill pan and grill press in either instead of or in addition to your 12-inch skillet, would be great to have. But this is plenty right here. Earn these for free with your new consultant rewards and your host rewards from your kickoff party or parties. Get this business building package along with the materials for the $39. You only have 60 days to get it, so maybe after you get your first paycheck, that would actually give you the money to do it without having to take it from your personal funds. And then this is, again, the larger of the 2 new consultant kits. Great value. Sorry it's such a mess, but, you know, I didn't know how to lay it out one-handed. It's wonderful, and I'm telling you, add yourself some pens, some order forms to that bag, and that's really all you would need. So hopefully this gave you a good bit of information to consider, and if there's anything I can do to help you, please feel free to contact me. Email me at dishitup@sherrymarch.net. That's DISHITUP at Sherry, SHERRY, March, MARCH.net. Thank you so much. Guys, have a great day.